Welcome to the Franklin County Varsity Sports Report, the only show that provides you with the best insight and information to everything Franklin County sports. And now here's your host, Bobby C.
Hello and welcome to the Franklin County Varsity Sports Report. I'm Bobby C. Well, we're excited today because last year we had an opportunity to meet with these two ladies and we get to do it again. And the best part about the story is that you are going to learn a lot about the three of us. And the one thing is the shirt itself. Let's start a revolution. And we're going to get right into it in just a moment. But I want to thank our underwriters here today, the Four Leaf Clover Restaurant in Berniston, Denny's Pantry, Berniston Road in Greenfield. Also by our friends at Hubie's Tavern and Restaurant, Avenue A in Turner's Falls, and Lisa Albert of Albert Hearing Services, 33 Riddell Street in Greenfield. Also, a big thank you to John Meisner and Philippe Simone, our two wonderful producers who do a great job each and every week. And I am Bobby C. Why don't we get things started for you? We have Amanda Ambrose and Laura Burt, and these two ladies have started a program called Let's Start a Revolution. Now, when it first started, we probably had a group of about 40 to get things cooking, and now I think you guys are up around 1,000, aren't you, or more?
2,000.
2,000 people are now involved throughout the country who are making a difference in their lives. Let's talk a little bit about Let's Start a Revolution. Well, this lady right here decided that I need to make some lifestyle changes, and I need to make them fast. I'm under 30, I gotta make changes, and I gotta make these changes now because my son and I have to make lifestyle changes or my son's not gonna have a mom. This lady said, I'm your best friend. I need to also make some adjustments in my life. Let's make this a group effort. Let's make this that we are gonna be the two that are gonna work from each other to make this happen. Well, ladies, we sit here today, you've dropped 100 pounds.
100 pounds so far, yep.
You've dropped 150 pounds.
Yes, I have.
I've dropped 270 pounds. We have lost over 500 pounds at this table alone between the three of us.
It's amazing.
And it's emotional as hell to think what we've been able to do to change our lives. And I'm going to get emotional today only because I was given by you ladies this shirt, and you said, I want you to have this, Bobby. The company only goes up to 5XL, but you take this, all right? And I said to you ladies, one of these days I'm getting in this shirt. Well, today I am in the Revolution shirt. I'm in the 5X. And I got wool. And I feel really great to be able to wear the shirt that you guys have been able to inspire many people with. Amanda, what was it like in the beginning when you first got started and you guys had the mission of what you wanted to try to do?
Oh, it was hard at first. When we first got started, we had we're gonna do it, we need to change ourselves, we're gonna help, when we first started, we're gonna change ourselves and just try to help a few friends along the way. And it's grown over time, but it was hard. It's hard to think. We doubted ourselves. Can we do it after so many years of struggling? And a lot of people do that now is they doubt themselves. Can I do it? Can I stick with it? Can I continue on? It's hard, it's a daily struggle, but it's so worth it in the end. It's so worth the struggle, the fight for it, the health. I feel so much better. I can do more things. I can show my child more things. I can teach her. She's now out hiking with me. My daughter gets out and hikes with me now and does things with me that is incredible, habits that she's gonna learn for her whole life. It's incredible.
You know, at 600 pounds, I didn't really think I could do it. I really didn't think I could do it. And to have to make the adjustments that I made was really hard. I think the hardest thing is to give up my job at the radio station after all those years to try to take a piece of stress out that was really taking a lot of a toll on my body. To make that decision was probably one of the hardest things I ever did.
Yeah.
And it's emotional in the fact that you guys know how much I love the radio business, and I did it every day for years and years and years. And to have to be able to have the discipline to walk away from that was probably one of the hardest things I ever did, you know?
That's the hard part, is having to walk away with the things that are gonna bring us down and make us fall. on our journey. We need things that are going to uplift us and help us along the journey. So having to give up the things that are hindering us is a hard part of it.
You know, this lady right here next to me, I use her as an inspiration because we both were in a bad spot in our lives. I mean, yes, Amanda, you were heavy, but we were really obese, both of us. I mean, like morbidly obese.
Oh yeah.
And she's a lot younger than me. I'm 53 this year. I'll be 53 next month.
I just turned 31.
She's 31 years old, but when she started this journey, she was in her 20s, you know? She had to make the changes. And I look at Johnny now, and I look at the happiness and the family and your daughter, and look at her, she's over there right now, just enjoying life. And you guys have given yourselves a whole new attitude, a whole new outlook. Let's talk about you, Laura Burke, and what you've been able to do to change your life.
It's definitely been a lot of changes, that's for sure. We're talking about how we felt in the beginning of the whole thing, and I overwhelmed was definitely the word I would use. I thought about just how is it possible to lose that much weight? You know, I just didn't think it just wasn't even in the realm of possibilities at the time. But I said to myself, all I can do is one day at a time, just try. And very quickly, I made huge changes in the beginning. I was just thinking about it actually. July 6, 2017 was the last day that we had soda and fast food, and the day we joined the gym. And within the first couple months, I lost a lot of weight pretty quickly because I made those big changes, and then I kind of hit a plateau. And a few months ago, I kind of hit another plateau, and it's easy to get a little frustrated with it. But when I realized how far I've come and the changes in me in the last couple of years, it's incredible. And I still have a long way to go. I'm still heavier now than a lot of people are when they start their process. So I hope that people can see me as an example that if I can do it, there's not anybody on the planet who can't do it. So I hope that people realize that as overwhelming as it may seem, it's always possible. There's nobody that's hopeless. As long as you're still alive, there's still hope, and it's possible to do it. And that's my biggest message to people, because I know for me it didn't seem possible, but now I'm 150 pounds less than I was, and like I said, I still have a whole long way to go, but I know without a shadow of a doubt that I'm going to get there. And I'm not overwhelmed anymore, and I'm not hopeless. Like I know for certainty that I'm going to continue living the rest of my life like this, and I'm going to keep getting smaller and keep getting healthier and keep getting faster on my hikes and keep going longer at the gym. And I just know for a fact that the rest of my life is going to keep getting better. And that's a really good feeling, because I didn't feel that way when I started this. So it's emotionally... It's emotionally has been as much of a journey as it has been physically for me, absolutely.
I will tell you this. One of the hardest things that people need to understand is that when you are trying to quit food, it's impossible, folks. You can't quit food. It's the decisions that you make on what you put in your mouth and what's going to benefit your body is where the key is. And people don't realize this, but you can have all the exercise you ever want to put in every day. That's not going to cut it if you don't do the other elements too.
We tell people 80-20.
It's totally 20% is only exercise. That's
Yep.
it. I am a proof of that because I have full-blown neuropathy. If you see me walk around town, I look like I'm half in the bag because I walk really unbalanced, and it's because of the situation I'm in. But I can't do a lot of that physical exercise like you guys can, to go climb and do Mount Sugarloaf or go up to Shazam Head and be able to get all the group of people that you have and do the things you guys do. I can't do that. So I have to prove to everyone that you can do it with the 80-20 plan, which is exactly what these ladies even said. And that's something that I know all about, especially through what I needed to do through this journey, knowing that I wasn't going to be able to exercise well.
Yeah, we have a lot of group members that come to us and say,
Yep.
I don't get it. I hike and I go to the gym and I'm doing all these things. Why is the scale not moving? And we say, well, how's your nutrition? They say, well, I eat like garbage. We're like, well, that's the problem.
It's
Unfortunately,
really
you can be in the gym always and you can exercise constantly, but if you're not paying attention to the carbs and the calories, and it's balance, it's making sure you have enough protein and having enough carbs. Some people try to go one extreme to another. Like it's difficult, and it's taken us years to kind of finally find what works for us, but it's it's so important. The nutrition is such a huge aspect of it, and no matter what you do physically, you can't make up for bad nutrition no matter how hard you try.
And you ready for this one, folks? And this is going to probably blow people away, but it is totally true. And I'll tell you, these two ladies will definitely vouch for me on this one. It's all about real, folks. It's not about process. It's real. Real butter. Real. If you're gonna have syrup on a pancake and you want to do one of those type of days, do the real. Get the real deal. Don't be going with Aunt Jemima, because Aunt Jemima is not good for you. High fructose sugars is the worst thing you could ever put into your mouth, and it is totally the poison that is giving you the problems that you're getting.
Corn syrup
right?
and all that. It's horrible.
It's the worst, isn't it?
It's the worst.
It's the worst.
It's the worst.
And people don't realize that that is the kind of stuff that's in a lot of the things that we eat.
It's crazy.
It's the reason why I don't buy regular ketchup anymore, because it's full of corn syrup and sugar. And those are the things that,
I can recommend something to you folks that I tell you is an awesome ketchup that people love, and I'll tell you what it is. It's called Trader Joe's Organic, and it is the most awesome ketchup. And I'm a ketchup guy, and I like that. But I'm going to tell you what people need to realize is that you need balance, and balance consists of the three things. It consists of your body, your mind. Oh yes, you notice I said mind. Your mind.
Mind is a good one.
And your physical activity. And
Absolutely.
if you can be able to take your diet, your mind, and your activity level and be able to balance it all out, you will see results.
It's true. We have a current challenge going on right now. We run challenges for free for the community where we give great prizes away, just motivation challenges. And right now, our challenge has those three components. It has healthy eating recipes we want you to post, physical activity, and self-care.
Which
because
is your mind.
Self-care, your mind, it's a big
Exactly.
part of taking care of yourself and down the journey and getting yourself right.
Absolutely.
It's a big part of it, and that's part of the challenge right now. We included self-care.
Yep. People say to me all the time, man, you're the most confident fat boy you ever met. I said, damn right. Most people would call me arrogant, but you know what? I have more confidence in who I am than I've ever had in my whole life. Because you know why? Because I do it all with balance. I balance my business, I balance my life, and I balance my self-mind, and I take it all and I put it all together into where I'm at. And this is what's made me the best person I can possibly be. But people trust me. And you know what? We trust you. We trust you. We trust you. When you post something on the website or you post something on Facebook, people listen. And the people that click the likes when you guys post something amazes me, because you know why? All these people joined because of the two people who started this. You started something that has helped not 40 people like when we first got started.
Yeah.
How about thousands now? You're in the thousands now, okay?
Yeah.
You're not the 1,000, you're in 2,000. It's only gonna grow, because as more people talk, it just keeps growing, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. The more people that it's a great community, and it should be. People should get healthy together, and it's our time. Let's start a revolution. Let's get healthy together. Let's do it and live the lives that we all want to live.
You know, I look back and I see what she used to do for a living. She was, and I don't honestly know what Laura's up to these days, but I know that she was doing some phlebotomist work, and she was working at the hospital, and she was on third shift, and she'd have to literally lug her body into people's rooms to take their blood. And I wanted to ask you this, because I didn't get a chance to the last time we talked, but what was it like trying to get around with lugging something already that you already had with all your, you know, with your vials and everything else, plus the body that you had to be able to lug every night?
Honestly, I used to. It's so bad. I think back on things that I used to pray that I wouldn't have a room that I would have to go in and get down on my hands and knees, because I was like, oh God, I'm gonna have to get back up. Or I remember it. At the time, I thought I was doing just fine. You know, at the time, I thought, oh, I'm all right. I can do this. I'm working, and I live my life, and I've got this under control. But I look back now, and I was just a dumpster fire at the moment. I was a mess, and I'm thankful now that I'm getting better. I still have moments, and I still have limitations. But I think back to the person that could barely get up a flight of stairs. I remember we just went to a concert this past weekend, and
yeah,
we had so much fun.
I had New Kids on the Block or something. Was
I had more fun,
Yes.
more fun at that concert.
We did see the new kids.
I did.
But 150 pounds ago, I would not have sat in those seats. I wouldn't have fit in the seat at the concert.
I can tell you that right now.
I would have gotten there and I would have been like, uh-oh, and I don't know what I would have done at that particular moment, but I was so thankful. I thought to myself, like, I could not fit another few pounds in this seat right now. What would I have done, you know, a couple years ago? Like, I wouldn't have gone to the concert, you know, and it's crazy to think that I'm still so far away from so many things that I want to do, but there's so many things now that I can do that I didn't know if I was going to be possible.
We're aiming for Tough Mudder. We're going to do Tough Mudder.
Good for you.
That's definitely on the goals.
I'm going to tell you what. I tell people all the time that there's a lot of things I love in this life that I'm in. And I have fell in love with these two ladies because of the people they are and the support they give others. They're working on their own journey, but they'll take the time to work on yours too. And there's a woman that's over in Orange who they know well, and Miss Huff, and you know, she's still hanging with you guys, man. And she's still
trying
really hard.
She is.
And I just wish she lived closer to this area where she would be able to feel a little bit more supported by being in Greenfield.
I do too.
That's just me. I mean, that's my opinion.
Yeah.
I wish there was a possibility for her to be able to move to this area. Only because I think the group of people that you have that are in your group would be able to bring her to a new level.
I agree.
I do agree with that.
I do agree with that.
And she is a wonderful person, and I haven't personally met her. I go by, you know, just the way she is excited about you guys and how, and we are going to meet. We already talked about it, that we're going to meet. Her and I are going to meet. We've already talked about it. But if I had an opportunity to be able to do one thing for one person, I would like to make her have an opportunity to come to our area and really understand how great the Greenfield Turners group of people are on what we can do to help others.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking anything away from the Athol Orange area people. I'm just saying that this particular woman at this time in her life,
I agree.
she really needs.
I agree.
She needs you guys.
The couple
I
times
agree.
that she did get to come out here, she got to walk with us in the fair parade last year. And anybody who knows that parade knows that last hill up Laurel Street is no joke. It's not there's you know, and the whole walk we kept telling her, you know, you've got this, you've got this, and she was so unsure of herself. But damn it, we crossed that line at the end of it.
Got up there,
at the top
part
together.
of something. She felt like she did something.
That was amazing.
It got her up there. So
she did our Apple a Day 5K and 3K walk. That was a tough course, and she walked that. And again, by the end of it, she had all of us there cheering her on, and it was an amazing moment to see her do that. And
if you're on Facebook and you look up the name Beth Huff, give her a little thank you, folks. Just tell her that you're encouraging her, all right?
Absolutely.
Because she really can use all of us, and she really is a wonderful person. And
I'm teary-eyed.
I know.
I know.
She's just that good of a person.
She is, and she deserves it. She deserves a good life.
She deserves the support. And I just want people to understand that this is a show about, really, today, about how you can fix yourself. This is an hour show of how you can fix yourself. And looking at three people who really have fixed ourselves. And,
in the process of.
I mean, we're not done.
Still got some fixing.
And I'm going to tell you something else, folks. You have to give yourself small goals.
Yeah.
And you have to remember there's one word that's so important in this journey, and it's called lifestyle. Lifestyle, and then the second word is changes. So when you take lifestyle and changes, that's what you have to make this work.
100%.
Yeah.
We don't use the word diet. We don't use any of that because it's not a diet. Because this is, and I said it before, I said, I'm going to live like this for the rest of my life. I know that I'm going to eat the way that I eat and exercise the way that I exercise and do these things for the rest of my life.
You have to make the changes that can last a lifetime.
Right. They have to be sustainable or it's never going to work. And we've been lucky to kind of find a balance. I'm really lucky. Amanda's my best friend. She's my roommate and I work third shift and I don't know if I would be able to do all the balance without her, but she meal preps for me. So I make sure that I go to work with meals that are going to keep me full without me munching all night long, because that's one of my biggest struggles. Is still to this day I struggle so hard with not going to Cumbies at 2 o'clock in the morning, but we've found balance and we've found a way to make it work, and we are an example to people that if you do follow through with it, you can see results, and it takes time and it takes a lot of hard work, but it's totally doable. And Our group on Facebook is so special. We've never had anyone be mean or insulting or derogatory. Like, people are just always so supportive and so kind, and if they disagree with something, they just move along, and we've never had any real issues in the group. It's just been a really safe.
We have such a great collection of people. Like, we have people who can help you get trainers, personal trainers, and we have therapists and life coaches and people who are willing to help you with those few things. And we've had amazing people offer their services for free to our group. Just say, we just want to help this group because it's amazing. And there's always someone out. There's someone who's helping us. We're starting a new thread to help with daily food choices, and someone's going to help calculate everybody's macros, and it's just an amazing group to be a part of. And if you need the help and you need the extra support, definitely join the group.
Can I ask you ladies a question on whether you agree or disagree with me on this or not? But do you agree that if you were able to literally rotate your meals a little bit different by eating your bigger meal early and eating a little bit of a lesser meal in the early evening is a beneficial thing for people? Do you feel that that's been a beneficial thing for you two ladies?
100%.
I know that that's how I live mine. I eat my biggest meal around noon, 1 o'clock, and then at night, there's not many times where I'm having a huge meal in the evenings very much during the week.
We base our carb-heavy meal around our workout.
Because we work out earlier in the day, so I'll eat more of my carbs earlier in the day so that my metabolism, I'm burning off what I'm eating. And then at night, I usually tend to eat just a salad or something small.
You do? You go small.
Yeah.
But that's, I think, been a big thing for us.
It's so against what we've been taught.
When I was growing up as a kid,
it was a big dinner.
Everybody shows up at dinner time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mom would have this whole table full with food.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody would go
and
grab
you better
your
clean
plate,
your plate.
We'd sit down, and everybody, you weren't getting dessert if you didn't clean your plate.
Right? Exactly.
So what happens? We end up learning that. And what were we told? We were told low fat, low fat, low fat. Well, you know what, folks? You need fat in your body.
There's good fats.
Yes, you need good fats. And people don't realize that good fats are like nuts and things like that. There's good fats that you need to have.
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of people think, oh my God, well, nuts have a lot of fat in it. Well, you know what?
They also have a lot of protein too in them.
And protein's huge. I like to do the 50-30-20, which I like to do 50% of protein because I need that in my body, 30% of the fat, and then 20% carb. And if you can roll that kind of a format, which is not always easy, I got to be honest, it's pretty hard.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard.
That's what you really need. And being a diabetic even makes it harder for the folks that have diabetes. So if you're a person who has diabetes, you have to be very careful because you can't be crashing. And if you're out there exercising, but you don't have enough carbs in your body, you're going to end up, you could be laying on the ground somewhere, and this can be very dangerous. So you have to really consider what your workout's going to entail, and you know, it's going to entail, so that you know what you're getting into, and you need to be prepared with the food that you put in your body to fuel that body before you start.
And if somebody has a certain diet restriction, like you're a diabetic, or, you know, I'm a gluten-free vegan, so I eat a certain way. I took myself, and I suggest a lot of people to do this, I went and saw a nutritionist. I talked about what my goals were, what I needed out of this, what should I be eating, and how much of should I be eating, so I can maintain my health, but continue along my journey of losing weight. They told me exactly what I should be eating, exactly what I should be doing. And you know what? Following that to the T, I'm losing weight constantly.
You are.
So it works.
Building muscle too.
Building muscle is a huge part of it.
Building muscle. People don't realize this, but when you get frustrated, she says, well, you know, I hit a couple plateaus. You know what? You probably got your body to where your body said, I need to take a little break here, honey. Because you've done so good. I need to catch up with you. I'm trying to catch up with you. Your body has to go through changes as well.
Absolutely.
But how much muscle have you think you've been able to build into your body over all the time that you've been working up and down hills and doing?
I joke all the time that there is a solid 6-pack abs underneath this soft covering, because it's there. I know it is.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm just impressed with where it's. I look at pictures of you, and it's just amazing. And I'll tell you what your biggest show is your face is like. Your face is like so thin right now. And you know, people realize that face is usually the first to go.
Oh yeah.
Then you get the neck thing going. You're like, oh my God, I got a neck. That's what I always said. I said, wow, I got a neck. Bobby C has a neck. And you know, I think the best part about this whole thing is that we are making a difference in other people's lives, because when they see what we're doing,
That's the biggest.
we can be able to look at them and say, listen, if a 604-pound guy can be at this weight now, I can do this. I could easily take up 2 chairs.
Oh, yeah.
There was no doubt. If you put 2 of these chairs side by side, I could sit on both. I still have to have 2 seats on an airplane, I'll be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
I still have the hips that are just too much, and my legs, and because my legs have built so much strength too, I have big legs. I have strong legs from carrying all this weight.
Yeah.
You know? It's like she does.
I do too.
Strong legs.
Yeah.
But the problem is trying to get in those darn airplane seats are really rough. So what I like to do is I like to go with those friendly airlines that care about obese people, like Southwest. And I'll give them a plug, only because they will give you 2 seats for the price of 1.
Oh, that's
where
nice.
these other
That's nice.
places will not.
Oh, that's nice. That's good to know.
It is. And you deserve to be able to go on a nice trip or a destination that you need to go, family, whatever. And why should you be uncomfortable? Why should you be uncomfortable? And a person like Amanda and Laura here, these 2 ladies have been able to do so many wonderful things for so many people that they need to be rewarded. And they need to be rewarded in the fact that they need your support on their website or their Facebook page. Let's Start a Revolution is where it's at. They sell shirts, they sell all kinds of stuff that they have. They also have a group of people, like you said, that are just amazing with the recipes. One thing that these ladies are all about, man, and I'm not in, and I told them this
Cauliflower.
last year. Yes.
I love cauliflower.
You are so good. But I see the
We just had cauliflower
recipes.
crusted pizza last
Yes,
night.
I saw 2 more recipes that people were posting. And I was telling Leslie, but I also saw something I really enjoyed last night. It's called a maple bourbon Brussels sprout.
Yes, I saw that.
And what it is if you use the real maple syrup, don't go with the high fructose stuff, right? And of course, bourbon is just a little bit of the old whiskey, so you just put a little in there, and it's sort of, and you know how that's just gonna just sort of get into the, yeah. But what it does is it adds to the glaze that goes onto the Brussels sprouts. Now, I'm gonna tell you what.
That sounds good.
Sounds really good.
Yeah, it does.
And if you,
That's like a holiday dish. That's like Thanksgiving or something.
It does feel like
it's so good. And so I was telling Leslie, I said, that is something that would be really nice to have at a nice gathering.
Yeah.
Is to say, hey, try this. And then people eat it and they're like, wow, what is that? And then you go, that's Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, me too. And you know, I gotta tell you, my wife was like you guys. She loves cauliflower. So Leslie's like you know. And these cool ideas that you guys see, like, I can't believe how many people are into this cauliflower crusted pizza.
That's what we ate last night for dinner.
Did you?
So good.
Yeah,
It's
so good.
I see so many women.
It's
Because
actually-
you have a lot of women on your group.
Definitely.
A lot of the women, though, and they post the best stuff, too.
We
They
do.
really do, you know?
Yeah.
I actually ate half my pizza got burnt the other night, so I ate half cauliflower crusted and half regular of the kids' pizza. And not even just saying this, the cauliflower crusted pizza tastes so much better than the regular crust. I was disappointed with it.
Wow.
I thought, ooh, I'm gonna really enjoy this, but it wasn't as good as the pizza that we make with the cauliflower crust. It's really good. It's really tasty.
You know, it's funny.
like that, taking little versions like that and trying to change them around to make them, you still have your things that you like. Like, I felt like I had a pizza. I had a little pizza sauce, some veggies on top, and I ate my pizza.
Yep.
I put vegan cheese on mine. She still uses regular cheese, but I felt like I had my pizza and I'm happy with it.
What is vegan cheese? Let's talk about that. for a
Tofu.
minute. Oh, tofu.
It's tofu.
Okay.
Or there's
So
cashew cheese.
There's cashew cheese also, but the one that
Okay.
I'm
But
was
you
currently eating.
use a tofu.
The tofu cheese. Yeah, it's good. Tastes good.
And it melts well?
It melts well.
It melts
Yep.
well.
It
does
does.
melt well. Okay, that's good to know too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
You know, it's funny because our producer Philippe is quite the chef. You know, he likes to cook and he's really, really good at it too. And he does a lot of really wild stuff, man. But I'll tell you, the guy, when he tells me about the stuff that he makes, it's like, man, that's really good. He's just talking to me right now and he said, Bobby, he goes, you know, I can make you a real fireplace type steak. Like literally we'll make a fire we'll put a little thing over the top, and we can cook steak right on. So you're getting that really flavor of the charcoal in your steak. And I'm like, man, you don't really hear many people say that. You can hear people say, I'll put it on the grill. But this guy's like, no, we're gonna put it on open fire, buddy. You know, I'm like, yeah. You know, I mean, that sounded really good. I'm like, wow, that sounds good, buddy.
That's, I think, a common misconception about eating healthy is people just assume that it means you're not eating good food. I have found that I'm, like I just said about the cauliflower pizza, that genuinely the food that I eat now has more flavor than the food I was eating before. I thought McDonald's tasted good, and now I can't even imagine eating something like that. Like, the dinner that she's making me for my work this week is a chicken and broccoli and cheese bake, and it all falls in my macros of, you know, carbs and fats and proteins, but it's delicious, and it's one of my favorite meals. So I think a lot of people just assume that if you're going to eat healthy, it means you're giving up everything delicious, and when it's really not that at all. We've just found different ways of tweaking recipes, and we were just talking about making shepherd's pie the other day, and I was like, well, we could make half potato and half cauliflower for mashed potatoes, because you really can't tell that they're in there, and then that's a heck of a lot less carbs in there. Just little changes that we've made that make a big difference at the end of the day, you know?
Yep. And remember, folks, 90-10, if you're gonna do the beef, go with the most lean you can. You know, and then you just drain your other 10% of whatever fat comes out when you're done. You just drain it. And that way you know you're getting a good quality piece of the meat that you're going to have.
Yeah.
But I personally don't eat a lot of red meat as compared as I do to a lot of chicken. I eat a lot of chicken. I'm probably the chicken guy, because I eat chicken 4 to 5 times a week. But that's what I like.
Yeah.
You know? Or you know what I like? I like turkey legs. Take the skin right off the thing, and just the good old turkey legs, you know, those are really good.
Yeah.
And they're full of protein. They really are.
Oh yeah.
And it tastes good, you know. And you can put your own flavor on that, because it'll go right into your turkey leg. It doesn't have to be just the outside part, you know. Yeah. And honestly, I love the turkey legs from the ladies over at Cliffs. They got a little spot on the trail, and if they ever have those available and she posted online, I have to take a trip up and get a couple, because they're really good. They're flavorful. So I tell people, there are many things you can eat that are very good for you.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not all about those rich foods that we're always used to eating. And a lot of us, our biggest problem is we eat those rich foods at night.
Yes.
We don't eat them during the day, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's a big thing, is change your plan. I like their plan, which is, if we're gonna go exercise, we're gonna have a big carb meal, then we're gonna get time to burn it off, and then what people don't realize is your body still burns 2.5 to 3 hours after your workout.
Yes.
So remember that.
I always eat after my workout, because if I eat before, it gives me a wicked upset stomach.
Right.
But
Yep.
that's my plan. I work out, and then I plan that meal is usually my carb-heavy meal for the day, and that has seemed to work for us pretty well.
Exactly. And being a third shifter,
I was gonna say
that is really hard. I don't care what anybody says.
My schedule is all sorts
It's a
of.
hard lifestyle to be able to live. It really is.
I've been doing it for so long that it's normal for me, but for most people, they would think I'm crazy. But my food, third shift is a special type of animal to try to figure out how to eat and when to eat and you know, balance everything. But we've managed to make it work, and I think you know, people. The common thing that people always say to us is just, you know, it's so hard. It's so hard to eat right and exercise when life, you know, there's so much going on in life, and I've got this happening and this going on, and I think people forget that, and not to say it in a bad way that people forget, but people forget that Min and I have our own life pile of stuff going on too. So we don't express that and share it as much, but we always have some sort of stress or things going on. But we are just an example that despite all the things going on in life, you can also maintain a healthy lifestyle. If you actively make that your main goal and your main focus, then you can maintain a healthy lifestyle despite of all the different things going on in life.
Amanda, how important is sleep?
Sleep is very important. Very important.
Because I suck at it.
Yeah, I think we all do.
And I'm really bad at it, and I'm very vocal about it. If you see well, Amanda, I don't have to tell you, you see my post, you guys are on Facebook with me.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't sleep well, but I'm trying to let people understand that sleep is huge, man. And
sleep is very important.
I almost live a lifestyle like her, where I'm pretty much up a lot of the night. But at 4 o'clock in the morning, when I'm finally just dead to the world and I've had it, I will sleep till 11 or 12. I will get my time. I just have a weird pattern of, I don't have a consistent sleeping schedule is pretty much where I'm at. But I want people to realize that sleep is important. How much has it helped your lifestyle?
Well, I have struggles sleeping
You
too,
do,
but
yeah.
I definitely, it's important. You have to recharge. You have to get that sleep and rest because you can't exercise, you can't function, you can't tackle all the other life choices you have, you know? We have our children or cleaning and cooking, our jobs, our things that we do besides our own healthy lifestyles, exercise and eat meal prep and all those things. You have to have sleep to get through them all. It doesn't work without the proper sleep. The train doesn't keep moving.
Doctors have always said, folks, and they've been very clear about this, that sleep is important. And a lot of people who are overweight, even if it's 5, 10, 15 pounds, a lot of them could have what they call sleep apnea, okay? Where you're not getting enough oxygen and you're not being able to get the proper things that you need to be able to sleep in Zen mode, they call it, where you're really into the deep sleep. Because your deep sleep is what's going to give you the beneficial opportunities to be able to exercise better and to be able to be more alert during the day.
Right.
And I think that that's something that I'm lacking because I just can't stand having anything on my face. It's just something about it I don't know. I have a lot of problems with that. And I think that there's a lot of other people do too. And the other thing is too that people think is weird, but it's not. It's the fear of knowing that if I breathe wrong, am I gonna make it, or you know what's gonna happen? Am I gonna be able to make it through the night? So there's a fear part of this sleep apnea too, and they're starting to come up with these better ideas of what they can do to make it better for people. And I honestly think that people who are overweight who are watching the show today, you might want to just check in with your physician on your next physical or something, and just have them take a peek on maybe getting a sleep study done for you, and just see where you're at. And see if this is maybe one of your problems. Because I know it's one of mine, but it's my choice that I'm willing to do it the way I'm doing it, only because I just can't stand having the stuff on my face. It's just something about that. So I have to fix that myself. But really, sleep, exercise, the change in your diet, the way that you live your lifestyle, the stress levels that you don't let things stress you out, that is all keys to being able to lose weight.
Yep.
It really is.
For a healthy lifestyle.
Yep. And it's called a healthy lifestyle, or the two words are lifestyle changes that need to be made in your life. Laura has made huge, huge changes. Huge. If you have ever heard the story of her real deal when she first went on and gave her story on Facebook when they opened up this whole show that they've started 2 years ago, you'd be like, wow. She used to go to McDonald's 3 times a day.
At least.
At least.
At least.
At
Jeez.
least 3 times a day.
And the saddest part about that is while I was going, my son was in the backseat going with me. So that was the worst part of it all, that I wasn't only feeding myself that crap, but I was giving it to my kid too. Yep. And that scares me so much. Now it's funny, the kids see like a commercial for McDonald's, they're like, oh, that's gross. We don't eat there. And it's like, oh man, my heart is so full. It's so nice to hear that, because that was nature. You know, in the morning, working third shift, I would get food during the night. I would get food throughout the day. I'd be off doing errands. I'd get food, and 3, 4, 5 times a day sometimes I was in the fast food line. I joke all the time that people at McDonald's must have thought that I died, because I went from being there always to just not. And they must have been like, oh, what happened to that lady? But that made a huge difference in my life. Not drinking soda has been a huge one. Actually, ironically, my changes with food haven't compared to her changes with becoming a gluten-free vegan. Her food changes are just astronomical. But I know for me, I always talk about still eating things you like and still enjoying food, and I still enjoy food, but I know for me, fast food and soda are things that I can't have a little of, because it's like an alcoholic or a drug addict. That is my drug of choice, and I know for me, I can't have any, because if I have some, it'll be a slippery slope for me. So it's the few things that I absolutely refrain from, but other than that, I still eat food that I enjoy, and I've learned to portion control and modify things, but I still eat very good food, and I still I still enjoy food, because that's been a big thing for me, that I worried that I wasn't going to be able to still enjoy the things that I eat. But I actually find now that I can eat foods and not feel guilty about it has made it that I enjoy foods more now than I ever really used to before, and I didn't think that was possible. But I have a much healthier relationship with food now than I ever used to, and it's taken a long time to get there, but I'm getting there.
Emotional part here. Here we go. This could be really tough on you when I say this, but her son John was a very big boy, very young boy. When he was going to school, he went to school with my grandson. He's younger, but he went to school with my grandson, and I would see Laura all the time over at the school, and that poor boy was a big boy, big. But not only big by being tall, but he was just big in general. And one day, Mom said, we're gonna make changes, and we're gonna make things better for you. And what you have done to transform Johnny into the kid he's into today is another win. I'm serious, it's another win. And I look at that boy now and I see a kid who is strong and looks good and looks happy, smiling all the time. I don't think that he was liking the style of life that he was living when he was a young boy.
Probably not. Probably not.
You know, and I look at him and I'm like, this kid's happy, you know? Now, your two kids, your daughter, your son, they're not gonna have to deal with this anymore. You got them started at a young age to know the importance of all of this. Yeah. And I'm gonna bring up another word that I think ladies are terrible at. Terrible, ladies, terrible. Water. Why don't women drink pure water? Why does it have to be flavored? Why?
I drink regular water. I actually hate seltzer water and flavored water. I'm one of
awesome.
I'm one of the odd ducks.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Because I am a junkie. We're talking like, I have 3 things that I drink in my life. That's it. I drink coffee, I drink unsweetened iced tea, and I drink water. That's it. And the unsweetened iced tea that I drink, I use pure lemon and I squeeze it myself into it. And that is so refreshing. And I don't care if it's winter, I don't care if it's summer, I don't care if it's fall or spring. I love those 3 things. I have to have a coffee at least every day, at least one to get my day going. I have to. But the other 2 things, that's part of my life.
Yeah.
Water is a huge part of my life.
I only drink 3 things too. I drink water, hot tea. Every once in a while I'll have a cup of hot tea.
So instead of iced tea, or you drink the hot
tea, and I drink kombucha.
What is that?
Kombucha, it's
like a fermented, they ferment it out of different things, but it gives you natural probiotics that you otherwise don't get because she doesn't eat dairy. So,
so I get like my probiotics from there, and
it's super healthy.
Yeah.
I get it from the Greenfield Market, and I like it a lot.
Give that name again. Give that name.
The Greenfield Market.
No, the
kombucha.
Kombucha.
Kombucha. Okay.
Kombucha. Yes. Okay. Everybody should try. You should try kombucha.
Okay, kombucha.
It's good, and it makes me feel better. I feel healthier.
Kombucha.
She can feel it when she hasn't had some. She'll be like, I need kombucha. Like, it does. It really does. It helps. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Now, what's your beverage of choices?
I drink water. I drink coffee when I'm working. I've just had 6 days off, so I really didn't have much coffee because I try to not when I'm working. But I drink water, really. I don't drink.
Here's Philippe. He's bringing us some water.
Oh, speaking of water, thank you.
Thank you, Philippe. Hey, how about cheers, ladies? How about a cheers here?
Yeah,
how about a
cheers. Cheers to plenty of water a day.
Yes, thank you.
That
feels good.
I think that's really what I drink, though, water, and then I do drink coffee when I'm working. But other than that, I drink water.
Yeah, I do a lot of water. My grandson, you guys know Gabe well. Gabe says to me, he goes, Papa, he goes, you drink a lot of water, but boy, you really do go to the bathroom a lot. Well, yes, I do. That means that things are working.
Absolutely. Yeah, true.
Because if you're a person who does drink a lot of water and you're not going to the bathroom, that's a bad sign.
Right. Yes.
That means that you got some kidney issues going on and you need to get checked right away because you're retaining fluids, and that's not good. That's very toxic, and it can be very, very poisoning to your body. So people need to know that too.
Absolutely.
You know, for a guy who's so big, it's amazing how much I really know. So it's like I almost have like no more excuses anymore. At 53, I think I've gone through every damn thing, every project that I could think of that would work. And I think that the 50-30-20 the 80-20 plan with the 20% exercise, 80% diet. I think putting the right fluids in your body and being able to flush and cleanse is very important. Cleansing's another good one too, ladies. A lot of people need to cleanse your body too. You know, get rid of some of those toxins that are in there, especially when you begin. Wouldn't you say in the beginning you really got to get that cleansing going? I think once you're on a roll, it's not as it's easier, but I think in the beginning.
I feel like a lot of people hear the word cleanse and they think of like the fads that are out there, drink some shake for a few days and cleanse or whatnot. And not talking bad about different people's strategies, but for us, we've never really gone with a cleanse like that per se. But I know for me, when I stopped eating a lot of the processed junk food, I went through my own cleanse. I know Amanda can speak on when she gave up meat and gave up different things. She had her own cleanse. So I feel like for me, my cleanse is more like I'll pick a few days and I'll say like I'm really going to be strict about what I eat and make sure I don't eat any of the processed foods and I don't eat any, so my cleanse becomes more of a natural, like by what I eat and a lot of water, I can cleanse myself pretty well without doing any like outside pill or
I don't do. I'm the same as you. I don't know about you guys, but I don't do any I don't have like a particular cleanse that I do. I just try to cleanse my body by natural cleansing.
Right.
Exactly. Because I don't know. What do you believe? That's the problem. There's 100 different cleanse things out there. Just like there's 500 different pills that you can take if you think it's going to be the all due to losing weight type deal.
And we're big on you don't need to buy certain pills or products or certain fad programs for $375.
Absolutely.
You can eat healthy food and you can exercise and you can take care of your mind, drink water, do all the simple things that you're supposed to, and it works.
It does.
You can lose weight and have a healthy lifestyle. You don't have to spend mad money. You don't have to take pills. You don't have to do that.
We say it all the time. Our motto in our group is we push people, not products, because we always have people ask us like, could you want to try this product that we're trying or try this program that we're trying, because it would be big to have our name on something like that, but it's just not our style. We've been big about making this, like you said, a lifestyle change. It's something that we can sustain for the rest of our lives with the things that we have now. Like we've just never been one to really fall into one of those programs. And for some people it might work for them, but we feel like, like I said, it's a lifestyle. It's not about a 30-day program or a 60-day program. It's about doing things that you're going to do for the rest of your life that you can sustain. And where we do try to do like challenges in the group, 30-day challenges and couple-week challenges to kind of jumpstart people. And if we feel like people are kind of getting a little blah, we'll throw something in to kind of try to bring people back. But all it is just making good choices every day and trying to, 1 minute at a time, trying to do things that we can do to try to make ourselves better and make ourselves healthier. And I'm not perfect, and I have days that I struggle really hard, but like I said in the beginning, and I stick with it, that I know without a shadow of a doubt that I'll be living like this for the rest of my life, and that I'm going to continue to get better and to get healthier, and that's a really cool feeling, because I for 29 years watched the scale go up. I never watched it go down. I lost weight a little bit for one period of time, but consistently through doctor's appointments and everything else, I watched myself progressively get heavier and heavier until I was the weight that we had to get a special scale out, and then I continued to get heavier, and I continued to get bigger until I had that one day that I said, I'm not doing this anymore. And I just said it the other day, for the last 2 years, consistently, every time I've gotten on the scale, the number has gone down. Even if it's just a few pounds, the number has gone down. I have yet to gain any weight back because I am doing this as a lifestyle, and I'm continuing this, and like that's such a cool feeling to say that I know without a shadow of a doubt next time I get on the scale that number is going to go down.
Right.
That's crazy. Like that's a totally new concept for me, but it's truly amazing to say that confidently, that I know that I'm going to continue on this path, and that it's powerful for me, but it's real. Like, I believe that.
49 garments. 49 garments are no longer in my closet.
It's amazing.
49 garments are gone. Average garment was probably $45. So think about the money of clothes that just went to someone else. I couldn't do it anymore. 49. I got rid of 49 garments in my closet.
It's amazing.
But you had to have gotten rid of a lot too, both of you.
I get all her hand-me-downs, which is super
Yes,
exciting.
that is exciting.
I've gotten rid of a lot.
You've gotten rid.
I've gotten rid of a lot of clothes. I've gone down a lot of pant sizes and stuff.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, do you guys have any issues with skin?
Not yet that bad. I know I'm going to.
Because you guys are younger, so that's a great sign. Seriously?
Not yet, but I'm trying to battle it as much as I can with strength training and stuff.
I see what you're doing.
I'm trying to battle it as much as I can.
We do a lot of strength training for that. That's one of the main reasons. I know that once I'm at my goal that I will have a lot of skin issues because it's just inevitable. But for now, I don't have too much of a problem with it. But I know I will one day, and I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But I do have my little wings that I'm starting to get a little more.
So don't I. I do too. I do too.
But you know, hey, I'd rather have some flappy skin.
My wife notices the veins popping out of my neck now. You know, where all of a sudden I never had a neck now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, but it's these weird things that are, you know, the skin that's just like weird, where the skin on your hands they're not fully. They're just sort of they're getting wrinkly like.
Or my
I can't do nothing
feet.
in my feet.
My feet have gone down a whole size since I've started this.
It's so weird how things all shrink, you know? And even height, too. And, you know, I was worried about the fact that I was going to be stuck in this really big problem in my life. At 600 pounds, I really didn't think I was going to make it. I really didn't. And then when I see what she did, I was just like, man, I'm joining the revolution, man. And you guys gave me this wonderful shirt.
That looks great on you.
By the way, I'm just so excited I can fit in this today.
Me too.
And this means a lot to me to be able to have the interview with you guys. And the present that you both gave me, I get to wear. And this is because of what you guys did to inspire me. You guys inspired me. That's what got me to go. You know, when I really got started on my plan, it was 3.5 years ago, and I got started. But what a nice boost! A year and a half in, you guys started something, and I was one of your first 40 members of your group.
Yeah, you were.
You know?
Yeah.
And I said, we're in. We are in. And you know what? There's two people that are so proud of you. And one of them is in our studio right now, and that is Amanda's daughter. And so isn't your son, Johnny. They're so proud of you, too, because you guys have been able to transform your life to make it a better life for them.
Yeah.
Really, right?
It's the best.
Yeah, it really is. And there's a guy over in Springfield named Danny New who thinks a lot of you guys, too. And Danny and I had a chance to meet each other at the fair this past year. And I was telling him about you guys, and he said you two are really special people, and Danny loves you guys. I just want you guys
Danny's
to know
a great guy.
We love Danny too.
Yeah, he really does.
We love Danny too.
And he loves getting you guys to come down on his show because he sees what you guys have been able to do to inspire others. So, you know, I got another 5 minutes left here, and then we're going to wind it down. But I just wanted to say, you two make difference in people's lives. And I don't think that you guys realize that what your journey has done has really inspired other people who didn't think they could do it to do it. And I want you ladies to always remember that no matter what jerk on the street says something stupid, or you're sitting in on a street corner and you get someone who stares at you funny, you know, you can't worry about those people. Those are the people that are the insecure ones that are having their own issues in life, okay? What we have to remember is who the people we are inspiring. Those are the ones that we have to remember at the end of the day, not the one who's staring at us or has to throw out the stupid remark. You know, the one thing that I will tell parents is, if you're tuning into the show, which I'm going to make sure a lot of the Revolution checks this one out, because we'll put this up on your Facebook page so everybody can see it. But I want you guys to understand this too, that your children need to know what is right and wrong. And one of the things is picking on somebody about weight or anything like that is one of the worst things that you can do. And if your child looks at somebody and goes, wow, they're really fat, well, you know what? You need to jump on them right away and say, listen, that's not nice to do. You need to, you know, yes, they're heavy, but, you know, who knows what their condition is in life? You don't know what's wrong. You know, you need to, like, educate them.
I had it happen to me not that long ago.
Okay.
Somebody actually, I was walking out of a store and someone made some comment. I've heard it my entire life,
Me
so
too.
it's pretty.
Me
I'm
too.
pretty used to
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
But oddly enough, as I was walking out of the store, and I forget exactly what, something about, wow, that lady's fat or something, and I got the biggest smile on my face, and they probably looked at me like I was crazy, but I thought, I'm 150 pounds less fat than I used to
Yep.
be. You know, like if you only knew what
Yes.
this body can do, and if you only knew what I was capable of, you would like. And it just it didn't come across as an insult to me. It was the total opposite for me. It gave me this big smile because I thought, man, you have no idea of what this body is, and it really it's amazing to me that I you know, like I take those looks and I take those comments and I kind of shrug them off, but I know what my worth is, and I know what I'm capable of, and I know that I might be almost 400 pounds still, but by golly, I'm not 541 pounds like I was, and I carry myself up mountains, and I go to the gym, and I try to help people, and I know I'm a good person, and regardless of what anybody has to say about me, I know, like you said, I know my self-worth, and I know who I am, and I just smile at it now, because I'm like, if you only knew.
If you only knew. Well, you know what, folks? You do know. You know that these two are very successful people. You know that these two are very caring people. You know that they have the mind to be able to take care of what they need to in their lives. And it's all because they were a partnership, and they still are today. Amanda Ambrose, Laura Burt, two wonderful ladies. Let's start a revolution. Check it out on Facebook. You will be amazed on how many people are putting up inspiring stories every single minute. Not every hour, not every day, every minute there's someone posting something or a recipe or a cool thing. And you might see a bunch of these too, folks. People who had a struggle in a day and needed to share that and have people be able to give the positive thing of, like they said, we have our bad days, we have our good days. Well, guess what? We're all in that same boat.
Absolutely.
So let's start a revolution. We are going to meet with these ladies at least twice a year because we have to. And we have to keep people informed on how important lifestyle changes are. And if we're going to run a sports show and promote good health and good body and mind focus, then we have to do a show like this, because we may not all be great athletes, but I'll tell you what, we do have what an athlete needs to be successful, and that is proper diet, proper mind, and proper physical activity. When you have those three, you are a very special talent. And that's what I think about these two ladies right here. They don't have to be a marathon runner. They don't have to be the guy who scores 32 or the woman who scores 32 points in the WNBA. They just need to be able to take control of their lives and help others. And that's what these two ladies have been able to do. I love you both very much.
I love
and
you too,
I thank
Bobby.
you both so much for being a part of the show.
Thanks for having
Thank
us.
you.
And happy summer to each and every one of you guys
too.
and the kids, all right?
Thank you.
So that'll put a wrap on the Franklin County Varsity Sports Report. I'm Bobby C. And these two ladies are starting the revolution. Started off with a small group. Now it's in the thousands. Facebook, check them out. Even my producers, I want them to check it out too, because they will be amazed at how many people these two ladies have been able to change their lives. And by the way, I want to thank one more time our underwriters, the Four Leaf Clover Restaurant, Denny's Pantry, Hubie's Tavern and Restaurant, and Lisa Albert of Albert Hearing Services. So until we meet again, you have yourself a wonderful 4th of July holiday, and yes, a wonderful summer too. Lifestyle changes, change it all. Have a great week, everyone.
Thanks for watching the Franklin County Varsity Sports Report on GCTV. Catch a game and be sure to join us next time for more sports and fun.